Time for another Scholomance. This is a take two, because the mage's first run was a disaster. I'm just gonna buff you guys, because I already have 35 minutes. Two warriors, and two shamans. Alright, time to get my drinking on. I assume you want some water. Gotta water the cow. I'm gonna keep drinking. They don't have to wait for me. Actually, summon some more. Get used to it if you rolled a mage. The guy's dead. I was trying to buff and hand out water. We should be getting the ghost first. I think I was late on the timing for that. Well, there's the first death. Dying is very easy in here. This place is like more dangerous than Upper Blackrock Spire. That place is also a shit show, but in there you got 10 people with most likely 2 tanks. The last run I did, there was my protection spec warrior and another protection spec warrior. Which sometimes we accidentally taunted off of one another, but you're used to just trying to take it whenever it's not on you. So you forget that the other guy that the mobs are sometimes swinging at is also a tank. But we pretty much just plowed that place. I was charging first into most of it, because he said I was better geared. But I think towards the second half, he started to keep aggro on stuff better than I was. You see that? It's called a polymorph. It makes the mob stand there and look fluffy for a while instead of fighting. That's bad. We have a tremor totem though. We're actually trying to go get the deeds. I'm glad I'm getting the deed in my mage and rogues run, because that might be the only run they ever go to. Whoops, wrong button. I meant to hit that one. There are 2 Magister pieces up for grabs. Mage got real lucky and got those. He got the boots that are hard to get. If he gets lucky a couple more times, we might end up getting his set done too. We'll be going up the Burning Crusade with 3 dungeon sets done. 1 per character. But not the Warlock. Let's let her move closer. Get up here. Gets 2 mobs. I mean, it's hardly worth doing because you kill so fast. What I'll probably do, though, is pre-make a Shadow Weave set. It's a cloth set. It's not technically a set, but they match in name and model. They don't have bonuses. But it's a cloth set around 40, and every piece has plus shadow damage on it. So, if you're planning to make a Shadow Priest or a Warlock in the future, you can pimp them out. Go to a classic DB site, type in Shadow Weave. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 6. I thought it was 5. Boots, gloves, mask. It's a purple mask. Pants, robe, shoulders. They're all purple. No, I can't. Pretty sure it's like, no, they're it's in that corner back there. Shit. My sheep one. Want to get the ghost. Ghosts are the worst damn mobs in here. And don't pop Blood Fury when you need healing. He's not the tank, but that's not a good pull to pop Blood Fury on. Fuck it, missiles. Oh, I wanted to see some missiles. I was gonna clear cast it. Arcane missiles, but oh well. He thought they were cleared, but it's actually back here. Now I can get to it. That is deed number 1. Don't bother picking up the others if you can't get this one, or they're just gonna clutter your inventory. It's over there. Well, we already cleared this much of it. Shit. See that? Granted, I hit the wrong button again. Maybe I should just switch to the hotkeys for Polymorph and Arcane Explosion. You notice how the skeleton stopped because the mob was turned into a sheep. This room is going to be so much easier with me in it. As the mage, that is. Because the last one didn't do anything. Well, he would cast his damage stuff, that is, but... counter spell's not ready yet. It'll be nice when I can just get my own blood for Kirk. Technically, the succubus is not the only place you can get the blood. You can also get it from the butcher, but that's near the end of a run. So you're basically getting the blood afterwards and just stockpiling it for a future run. Because it's unlikely a group will want to backtrack all the way to the ledge afterwards. That's more of a future use blood drop. So there's 2 mobs that can drop it. But until you're on the quest for Kirk, you can't pick it. You can't pick up blood. Almost got knocked into that one. It's like, yeah, there's a ledge there. Mob on. Given how fast we kill these things, it hardly doesn't even matter. Although the damage is not coming from me. My mage is a sissy compared to these guys. These ghosts in here, by the way, can drop the life-stealing recipe for enchanting. This is the only place you can get it, from these specific ghost mobs. That's why it costs so much. Magic damage, don't get that shit off me. In fact, I need to beat the curse in everyone. But once you reach the quest, or have completed the quest, from that point on, you can pick up the blood. I think you need to either have the quest on you or have it completed. Crits. There's a very good belt that can drop from this boss with +1 spell hit on it, which did not drop the last time I was bringing casters through here. There's also a necklace with +1 hit on it in the Scarlet Strat. That dropped, but it had different stats because Blizzard later changed it to have +1 hit, or spell hit. So, my mage had it in the bank for like months because it was garbage. Then they changed it and I equipped it. Blizzard started to realize, oh yeah, casters need hit too. Derp. Maybe we should put that on some gear somewhere. So that's when they invented the Bloodvine set and started putting spell hit and stuff on bosses. Which technically mages already have 6%, like by default. But guess how much warlocks have? 0. At least for destruction. They give you up to 10% with the suppression talent, but that doesn't affect your destruction spells at all. There needed to be a destruction talent for hit as well. At least 3% for even level enemies, but no, nothing. Warlocks really get the fucking axe in Classic compared to mages. Mages get another 2% from their Zolgarub enchants on head and legs. So they have 8% before their gear is even looked at, just from talents into enchant. Does the Warlock enchant do that? Nope. It has no spell hit on it. They decided to put the spell hit enchants on the class that already had 6%, not the class that had 0%. Mage also has threat reduction talents, both in the Fire and Frost tree. How many does the Warlock have? 0. There's not one in any talent page, unless you go full demo and sacrifice your imp. Derpy looking axe. Didn't drop what I could have used, but at least we killed it. I think I counterspelled, probably should have just counterspelled the summoner, but that's the one popping the damn skeletons. Oh well. Craft can take what he gets. Get what he gets. He's not a priority character. I guess technically none of them are really priority anymore, but I care the most about my warrior. Gives us something to do at 60. He's pulling that. Because we don't feel like raiding anyways. Warrior's got Test of Skulls now, which he needs to do if I ever want to go into Nixie. Just notice that guy over there. Don't go and hit it. Not only did you break my polymorph, but you aggroed another group too. We didn't need these. Well, at least this group's getting the job done. Most groups would wipe doing that. Chant 2-hand Major Spirit. Not even a priest would want that. That's at 300 skill. Crits. I was hoping for a third one in a row. Well. Why am I still in combat? Thank you. He's using the frost resist totem too. You might notice that bad shamans never use their resist totems. Not going to be disable the sheep here, but... Stay away. Start getting curses off of people. Eat my demonic rune. Gotta get it out of my inventory. Is it one of the deeds next to Jandice? I'm forgetting again. I've seen some people say that we're probably never getting Burning Crusade. My response is, are you dumb? Of course they're gonna do Burning Crusade. Probably Wrath too. They're not going to not rehost the best, most popular versions of the game. Wrath was the one that got the most amount of subs before the Exodus. And Crusade was second. But they were inclining or gaining over Burning Crusade, so I mean it can't be credit. It's not really a credit to Wrath. It's like whatever came after Crusade, as long as it was good, was going to get it because they were going up. Crusade would have gotten more if the next expansion took longer to come out because they were going up at that time. They didn't hit the peak until Wrath. Then Cataclysm happened. And a giant. And that was basically a nosedive. Because that expansion completely fucked the game. For whatever reason, you know, instead of trying to keep the 12 million plus subs that they already had happy, they decided to turn the game into a kiddie pool to try to lure in a bunch of children instead. By trying to make your product appeal to everyone, you make it not appeal to most people. And all the people you've already got are gonna leave, and that's what they did. I'm still trying to drink. Okay, we've waited long enough. I don't know why they're making another expansion. I mean, they're just... The ship has sunk, guys. It's like, it's time to... Classic is where it's at now.
I don't have a target.
You need to work on your Burning Crusade. It's like the newer versions are done. It's as if it's as if Battle for Azeroth was so fucking bad and hated that they wanted to do another version just to not end on that. Which is kind of like the opposite of what people would do. Usually, as long as something is successful, it'll get another sequel. Then as soon as it's not, then it'll get canned. But despite being mostly a failure for many years, they still got World of Warcraft going. I mean, it'll always be a profit with the monthly sub. It's like a fucking Star Wars movie. I mean, Last Jedi was like the worst, one of the worst movies ever made. Just money burning at the fireplace, still a financial success. Here's a deed. I'm trying to remember where they are. It's like you recently did this quest. I can't remember where the fourth one is. I know the Death Knight has one. Oh wait, no, one's near the Lich. So it's the Death Knight, the Lich, and then these two. So yeah, I remember now. What does she drop? She doesn't drop anything we really care about. Oh, she's got the blood. Thought the Butcher had it. Oh, it's not the Butcher and the Steward, it's Jandice, the Steward, according to this. Okay, so we don't really need Jandice then. She's got the Dread Mist piece, which is her Lux. So you don't really care about her. I mean, technically you could put Dread Mist or even Devoured on your mage if you want to. None of the dungeon sets are class restricted. I mean, if you can wear the armor type, you can get it, but they do have an intended class. Might have to come back here anyway, though, because we're not going to get enough hatchlings skipping them all like this. That's the problem with professional runs. I mean, they've already done the plays 10 times, so they just want to skip whatever they can skip. So when you bring a character in here and you want to do quests, it's like, well, we've already cleared those deeds 5 times. But we're getting the deeds. Jandice we don't need at all. The hatchlings I can get if I just do another run. You gotta clear through some of those mobs regardless. I gotta get my gold so I can sell it later. But right now I don't have much to sell, so because out of my 1189 that I've got, 800 of that will be going to another epic mount when I get the rep. I'm only about 25% through that bar for Undercity rep. We're gonna kill the smaller one first. Gotta whack both of them anyway. Hitting us. Didn't hardly even do anything to the boss. Trying to attack the little one. Man, I died. Shadowcraft boots did not drop from my rogue. Wonder if the Shadowcraft hat will drop too. That boss didn't have any Magisters, so it doesn't matter. The Lich has one, Gandling has the hat for all sets. So basically you have like a 1 in 10 chance to get the one that you're after every run. The bosses that drop a piece for all sets, those are actually the hardest slots to get because you know you're looking at a 1 in 10 chance to get the one that you actually want. Other bosses have a much better chance to drop the one that you're after. Like the Lich, for instance, that's probably a 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 drop chance to get that. So if you're unlucky, you're going to be running these places repeatedly. Repeatedly, you want to get these. I want to be right next to you. That's why we have Blink. Can't do anything to those little skeletons. Trying to target the zombie. Our buffs are about to run out. I think I'll just have to drink through a pole because they're not going to want to wait, but let's just plant one of these. Oh, it's gonna missiles. And he's dead because he stood in the gas. Not a very bright shaman though. Constantly blood furies when he needs heals. But Blood Flurry is like the worst racial in the game. Doesn't have any spell power on it for your shamans and warlocks. Not in this version of the game. It puts a heal debuff on you, which you don't want as a shaman or warlock. It doesn't have any ranged attack power for hunters. I don't think even the later versions get that. See, this is locked because we didn't open it. It was next to Jandis's room. I think warriors and hunters are the only class that's good on orc. Shaman can be okay if you want to dedicate your life to enhancement and never heal in raids. But if you turn into a raid healer later, then you would have been better off as troll. You just wasted your race. Most shamans are going to be healing after 60 if they want to raid. And with rogues, they can't even use axes. We got a skill bolt to a weapon we can't use. Her. With Warlock, it doesn't really matter, because even if you could use axes, you ain't going melee. But with the rogue, you do melee, and you can't use axes. The racials were pretty badly designed in Classic. It wasn't until Burning Crusade that they thought, wait a minute. You know, Warlocks, they want spell power, not attack power. Maybe we should put spell power on the Blood Flurry so it actually do something for them. They didn't give a shit about the Horde in this game. The Alliance got screwed in a few places too, because Gnome, Warrior, and Rogue are the worst combinations in the game. It's like we got this intellect boost on the classes that don't have mana. Like, I of course could have fixed everything, but I didn't work at Blizzard. I would have given Gnomes plus dagger skill, which I think they eventually got in Cataclysm, like many years later. Too little, too late. That's Blizzard's motto. Let's not do this when it would actually help. Shitty book. No Magister piece. Spellbound tome. If I want a book, I'll go get the one from Altered Valley. I could have used that piece of shit. Got the alchemy lab over here. That's probably why they came in here.
Victory or death.
Just notice they're all in the same guild, Impact, which is another raiding guild. But this alchemy lab here, you need this in order to make flask, which are super powerful potions that persist through death. Like he's making distilled wisdom. See, plus 2,000 mana for 2 hours, persists through death, but you can only have one flask buff active. There's a spell power version, which I forget how much it has. The health one is 1,200. Right there is Titans. Need one of those too. Most people will use Titans and Wisdoms, but if you're a Warlock or Mage, you'll take the spell power one. I think it's called Flask of Serene Power. But I would have taken the heal debuff off of Blood Fury, or reduced it. It doesn't even need to be there. It could have been 25%, and that would have been less punishing. If you wanted one, it didn't need to be fucking 50. Waiting for Cone of Cold. I would have also had ranged attack power and spell power on Blood Fury, so it would help everyone, not just melee. They put spell power on it, but not until after Classic. That doesn't help us right now, does it? If the Gnome race had Dagger skill, that would actually do something for Warriors and Rogues. On the Hunter Epic quest, I would have given the option for a damn gun. That way, if you don't want the gay-looking elf stick, you have another option. And that would also be good for Dwarves, because they have gun skill. They have gun skill, but no option to use a gun. I would have put a fucking axe on Altered Valley for the Horde side instead of the Unstoppable Force. Or just have both. Why is it only one two-hand? You can't have different kinds? Us orcs like axes. We gave you a bonus to your axe skill, but we're not giving you a two-hand axe. We're only giving you a mace. I change a lot of the Dire Maul trinkets. I decided not to even bother getting my Warrior's Royal Seal because it's complete dog shit. All it does is plus 200 armor. Like, that's it. That's nothing. That may as well be an empty slot. They could have done anything else with that. They could have put dodge on it, or block, or parry, anything else with the armor, and it could have been decent. They just put 200 armor on it and they just dumped it. They shovelware the trinket. And they gave the rogue one plus 2 hit, making it the best one in the game. Just like the mage, they decided to give more hit to the class that already has plenty of hit. Meanwhile, the classes that need more hit don't get it. Warriors would love to have that 2-hit Royal Seal. It's not even a choice. Why not just remove the class restrictions entirely and just let people use whatever fucking Royal Seal they want? How about that? Then Hunters could use the 2-hit and range attack power. Warriors would get the 2-hit. Casters could double stack spell power ones. Like, obviously you wouldn't be able to use the same one twice, but you'd be able to get 2 different ones. That would have been so much better. Just get rid of the class restrictions. Then if there's some dumbass out there that actually wants the 200 armor one, they could equip it. But no one would use it.
Our ancestors be praised.
Alright, we got 3 deeds. The last one's next to the Death Knight. I like the bear paw. That's actually a 4-piece set. 2 of them are fists. But it's not a very good set. I don't think anyone would actually complete it. You'd think they would have let druids use the fists, but nope. Druids can't dual wield, can't use fists. If anyone could use the bear paw, you'd think it'd be the druids. But making good time on this dungeon thanks to this group. Blizzard's obviously gonna redo Burning Crusade and Wrath. Of course, they're not going to announce them yet because they want to sell pre-orders for Shadowlands, and they don't want everyone to cancel the subs they're already paying for Classic. They have a tendency to announce things like 2 years in advance. But I don't think they're going to do that with Burning Crusade. It's probably going to be BlizzCon next year. And then hit release January 2021. Okay, so we got that done. Blasty is in here. That means that this classic release will have made it just over a year, which is quite a bit shorter than the original, because the original one made it, it was from November 2004 all the way up to January 2007. But in today's world, no one's going to want to wait that long for content anyway. Back then they could do that. I'm fine with them rushing through Classic to get to Crusade, because it's the one I'd rather be playing anyway. And I'm at like the 5-year mark for time played on Classic. The original Classic, the private classics, and now the new Classic. Crusade is where it's at, though. I'm probably gonna have a bunch of shit waiting for that lock. Like, I'm gonna look up a guide for jewel crafting 1 to 300 and just stockpile materials. Which you can't really predict it because of skill points, but that will cover most of the materials anyway. And then as soon as you make the character, you can just start eating all of the mats, just pounding up his skill build. But you better do that in advance, because the value of all the materials is going to skyrocket when Crusade hits. I learned that lesson the first time around in 2007. But back then, we couldn't have known what was coming. We didn't know. Like, I didn't know anything about Crusade before it dropped. Pretty much. I think they may have announced Joe crafting. I don't know if they said it would use mining, but you could have guessed that. The smart folks probably stockpiled either stones or bars or gems. But right after launch, they immediately all went up. Just skyrocketing in price. Triple crit. Or at least I think it was. Get your bony fingers off me. That's why we have ice block. Mage is trying to get caught up. Rogue's already done with all the dungeon runs. Mage needs 2 dire runs and all of the Scourge ones. Actually, didn't my mage do Scarlet Scrat already? Or is that another run I abandoned? I have to check. They're getting hard to keep track of. Yeah, I think the mage has already done the Scarlet Strat. I just didn't get all of the flesh. The Ghost Quest is gone. We didn't get the Saba either. I'll probably still go back in there and try to finish these. And that's not really better than what I got. Well, actually, yeah, it is. What am I talking about? Yeah, I guess we'll take that. Two blood mail gauntlets. There's no hunter to take it. Gotta take upgrades where we can get them. Increases the target's agility. I'll just go ahead and throw that out there now. Wait a minute, that's not gonna stack with the grace totem. Oh well. Forgetting we got 2 stacks of shaman totems. Strength and agility scrolls. I don't believe that they stack with totems. To finally get rid of my rock grip mantle from damn Mirrodin. Don't want that. I got a death bone girdle too, so I've got 3 of these. I've gotten 4 blues off of these mini bosses. I only need rolled 1 of them. Don't want that. I don't even want to pick it up. Carnivorous armor. Very good for a druid and rogue. No hit or crit, but 60 attack power. Yeah, I don't even want it. There they go. I wonder if I actually get to fight the boss this time, because last time I spent all the time in side rooms. Basically, he's going to keep one of your people locked in a room. I think it's supposed to be random, but perhaps not, because it just kept hitting me over and over. I want to eat that shit. Still getting it from here. What is the range on that shit? Should be able to outrange it. But we'll run forward here to make sure we don't get the final boss. Another death bone piece. Maybe I should have just rolled a paladin. Bring him in here and get the damn death bone set. In 2 runs, I've seen most of that set drop now. $17 defense. Set bonuses: 3 defense, 50 armor, 15 all resist, 1% chance to parry. It's basically a paladin tank set, because defensive mana regen. Paladin tanks and shaman tanks really need mana regen. Yeah, 1100 is about as high as I'm going to get with this gear. Magister. Why the hell did you guys spawn? Boots of the Shrieker, it's healing. Definitely gonna take our Magister piece. I greed won those boats. God damn, I got a lot of blues this from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, technically 4 of them were greed rolls. These other 2 were upgrades. This is another character who got his hat on the first run of Scholomance. He didn't get his shoulder though. Yeah, we can fork out a port. I greed 1 4 blues. I'm pretty sure I can afford it. I could fork us a portal. But then I'm not going to take it because I want to run outside. Those guys are dying to something. Spider Patrol, I bet. It's going to be in here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Shit, I got the other group. By going around that one, I got fucked on the other one. Mage can make it out, though. God damn, there's another mob. Mage is much more elusive than those other guys, though. They won't be able to stop me. Nope. You're not doing that to me. By trying to avoid one, I got the other one.
I'm out of range.
There's the switch, by the way. Although I had the key. We're up to the next quest on that. There's a plague bloom just sitting over here. Mage's sets are very gay looking. Like, yeah, there it is. That's Magister. Here's their tier 1. I think that one looks a bit nicer because it's dark. Tier 2. Tier 3. But compared to Warlock, yeah, not much of a contest there. That's Dread Mist. Belhearth. I had that full set on my last Warlock because he had full Dread Mist and Felhearth, but he only had 7 of 8 Nemesis. The piece I didn't get was actually the helmet from Onyxia. That one just looks weird. I think Nemesis looks the best. Of course, I could just put Dread Mist on this mage, but I'll get the one that is supposed to be for the class. That's assuming I get them all. I'm trying to get out of here. Go back to posting on my warrior. Got my epic steed on my undead characters. Warrior doesn't have his damn rep. But here's another stack of rune cloth. That's 50 rep for Undercity. But this Barov quest has a part 2. It's going to send you after an elite guy that's over here. And my rogue done killed that guy. Two-manned it with a warlock. He just dotted the thing, ran around. Like, the boss isn't immune to anything, so... My rogue kept him snared with crippling poison so he couldn't catch the warlock. I kept putting rupture. We eventually got... We did die right at the end, but it's because the Alliance showed up and attacked us. The Barov guy is at their camp and he flags you for PvP when you attack him. Their version is the same for us. They get one to go attack our guy over at the Bulwark. There's one for each side. Riding past plan so well. 2 upgrades that run. That wasn't the shoulder that I got, or that I wanted, but it's still a shoulder. Where's the deed guy? Is he fucking dead? Yeah, the Alliance must have killed our NPC. He's gone. There's a group standing here too. The question is, did they already kill him, or are they waiting for him to come back so they can kill him? Oh well, I think I'll just log my hunter, or my mage here. Check him later. Oh, there's another plate. Or, I got that too, so that's another blue that I had. But anyway, pretty profitable run. Alright, well that's gonna be it for this episode. We'll see what comes next. Oh hey, he's back. Better turn in real quickly before they start killing his ass.
Victory for Scholomance.
I needed to talk to him, so ideally before they kill him.
It's not ready yet.
Although now I can attack them, but I'm not going to. Because the Barovs flag you for PvP, but I'm not going to try and gate them, I don't give a shit.
Be quick about your business.